In older Javanese usage and in modern Balinese usage, gong is used to identify an ensemble of instruments. In contemporary Central Javanese usage, the term gamelan is preferred and the term gong is reserved for the gong ageng, the largest instrument of the type, or for surrogate instruments such as the gong komodong or gong bumbung, which fill the same musical function in ensembles lacking the large gong. In Balinese usage, gong refers to gamelan gong kebyar. A gong is a percussion instrument originating in East Asia and Southeast Asia. Gongs are a flat, circular metal disc that is typically struck with a mallet. They can be small or large in size, and tuned or can require tuning. The earliest mention of gongs can be found in 6th century Chinese records, which mentioned the instrument to have come from a country between Tibet and Burma. The term gong originated in the Indonesian island of Java. Scientific and archaeological research has established that Burma, China, Java and Annam were the 4 main gong manufacturing centers of the ancient world. The gong found its way into the Western world in the 18th century, when it was also used in the percussion section of a Western-style symphony orchestra. A form of bronze cauldron gong known as a resting bell was widely used in ancient Greece and Rome, for instance in the famous Oracle of Dodona, where disc gongs were also used. Gongs broadly fall into one of 3 types. Suspended gongs are more or less flat, circular discs of metal suspended vertically by means of a cord passed through holes near to the top rim. Bossed or nipple gongs have a raised center boss, or knob, and are often suspended and played horizontally. Bowl gongs are bowl-shaped and rest on cushions. The latter may be considered a member of the bell category. Gongs are made mainly from bronze or brass, but there are many other alloys in use. Gongs produce 2 distinct types of sound. A gong with a substantially flat surface vibrates in multiple modes, giving a crash rather than a tuned note. This category of gong is sometimes called a tam-tam to distinguish it from the bossed gongs that give a tuned note. In Indonesian gamelan ensembles, some bossed gongs are deliberately made to generate in addition a beat note in the range from about 1 to 5 Hz. The use of the term gong for both these types of instrument is common. By far the most familiar to most Westerners is the chow gong or bullseye gong. Large chow gongs, called tam-tams, have become part of the symphony orchestra. Sometimes a chow gong is referred to as a Chinese gong, but in fact, it is only one of many types of suspended gongs that are associated with China. A chow gong is made of copper-based alloy, bronze, or brass. It is almost flat except for the rim, which is turned up to make a shallow cylinder. On a 10-inch gong, for example, the rim extends about 1 centimeter perpendicular to the surface. The main surface is slightly concave when viewed from the direction to which the rim is turned. The center spot and rim of a chow gong are left coated on both sides with the black copper oxide that forms during manufacture, the rest is polished to remove this coating. Chow gongs range in size from 7 to 80 inches in diameter. The earliest chow gong is from a tomb discovered at the Guixian site in the Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region of China. It dates from the early Western Han Dynasty. Gongs are depicted in Chinese visual art as of the 6th century CE, and were known for their very intense and spiritual drumming in rituals and tribal meetings. Traditionally, chow gongs were used to clear the way for important officials and processions, much like a police siren today. Sometimes the number of strokes was used to indicate the seniority of the official. In this way, 2 officials meeting unexpectedly on the road would know before the meeting which of them should bow down before the other. The gong has been used in the orchestra to intensify the impression of fear and horror in melodramatic scenes. The tam-tam was first introduced into a Western orchestra by François-Joseph Gossick in the funeral march composed at the death of Mirabeau in 1791. Gaspard Spontini used the tam-tam in Le Vestale's 1807 Act II finale. Berlioz called for 4 tam-tams in his Requiem of 1837. The tam-tam was also used in the funeral music played when the remains of Napoleon were brought back to France in 1840. Meyerbeer made use of the instrument in the scene of the resurrection of the 3 nuns in Robert le Diable. 4 tam-tams are used at Bayreuth in Parsifal to reinforce the bell instruments, although there is no indication given in the score. In more modern music, the tam-tam has been used by composers such as Karlheinz Stockhausen in Microphonie 1964-65 and by George Crumb. In Macrocosmos 3, Music for a Summer Evening 1974, Crumb expanded the timbral range of the tam-tam by giving performance directions such as using a well-rosined contrabass bow, to bow the tam-tam. This produced an eerie harmonic sound. Stockhausen created more interesting sounds using handheld microphones and a wide range of scraping, tapping, rubbing, and beating techniques with unconventional implements such as plastic dishes, egg timers, and cardboard tubes. Gongs can also be immersed into a tub of water after being struck. This is called water gong, and is called for in several orchestral pieces. Tuned gongs have also been used with the symphony orchestra, e.g. sets of differently tuned gongs used by Messiaen in pieces such as De Canyons aux Étoiles and Ed Expecto Resurrectionem Mortuorum. Besides many traditional and centuries-old manufacturers all around China, including Tibet, as well as Burma, Java and Annam gongs have also been made in Europe and America since the 20th century. Paisti is the largest non-Asian manufacturer of gongs. This Swiss company of Estonian lineage makes gongs at their German factory. Also in Germany, Meinl have gongs made for them by former Paisti employee, Broder Oetken, who also has his own branded range of gongs. Italian company UFIP make a range of gongs at their factory in Pistoia. Michael Paisti, outside of the larger family business, makes gongs independently in Lucerne, Switzerland. Other independent gong manufacturers in Europe include Welshman Steve Hubbak, currently based in the Netherlands, Matt Nolan and Michal Milas in the UK, Barry Mason in the UK, and João Paes Felipe in Portugal. In North America, Sabian make a small number of gongs and Zildjian sell Zildjian branded gongs which have in the past been made by Zildjian, but current production looks to be Chinese in origin. Ryan Shellady is an independent gong maker based in the Midwestern United States. Some of the smaller Turkish cymbal companies have also been seen to dabble in gongs but very much as a sideline to their core business of hand-hammered cymbals.